Welcome back to our North American Spring Split coverage. We're preparing for our last match of the weekend, Team Dignitas versus Echo Fox. Now, Kirei got his start in the European Challenger scene, and while he's a long way from home and playing on one of North America's oldest teams, Dignitas' newest member has already stepped in to be a leader.
I started playing League of Legends in mid-season 3. Season 4, I got to know the competitive scene and got into Challenger Series.
We're here at the European Challenger Series finals.
Kirei on Italy doing fantastically.
His Gragas play in recent weeks has been very good. The meta and the tanks and everything is sort of shifting into his favor.
I had to choose time between like sporting, school and like League of Legends. Like since I was playing in Challenger Series, it was pretty hard because you had to practice like a lot of hours every day. So like sometimes I didn't go to sport because you had to practice for an important tournament. And yeah, it's just like sorting your hours. The thing is, when I was playing AU Challenger Series, you didn't even know, like, you would see like, okay, when we make it, we'll see, you know, because you're still at school. Like, you don't think about the future at all, but once you make it, you have to think like 5 times, like, well, what do I want to do? I actually never thought about NA, but the offer just came along and I decided to take it.
I was the first person that probably met him. We hit it off really well though, because we're both really open-minded. Kirei honestly like steps up more than just a player. He's kind of like our analyst too. It's actually the most I've ever seen a player do, and that's how I knew like he'd probably be like one of the best teammates.
The leaders in game are mainly QE and me. Like he gets the game flow like as a team that. Like everyone's on the same page pretty much if you have like a good leader, which is pretty important.
Kick up, Dars.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'm gonna go here.
I can TP, I can TP too.
No need.
I know, I'm just saying I can. I'm just saying I can.
Nice.
Push.
I think we kind of value each other over ourselves sometimes, and I think what would help if we both trusted ourselves more, because sometimes, you know, you don't want to really rely on yourself because, you know, it's kind of a burden and you don't want to hold responsibility, but I feel like both of us should trust ourselves.
My personal goal in Team Dignitas that I want to achieve is like, first of all, getting more experience. So the more games I play, like the smarter and better I will get. Besides winning, I want people to have like fully trust in me, because sometimes you still make sometimes wrong calls, but like once you play like so many games, like you have a really high chance of making the right call. So that people always like trust me as a short caller.
You know that phrase, hard work beats talent, but people never really go on beyond that, and what if talent has hard work as well? And if you have both, you're like a contender to be one of the best, and I think Kirei has that.
Yeah, I gotta say, there's actually a lot of faith between these players. I want to tell a story real quick. I ran into Kiwi Kid and the rest of Dignitas right before they went on stage between these games, and Kiwi wasn't wearing his jersey. And I was like, Kiwi, what's going on? Why aren't you wearing Dignitas jersey? And he's like, oh, I'm not playing today. And without missing a beat, Kiwi's like, oh yeah, Smoothie's playing. And I was like, wait, sorry, what? And they were both trolling me. They didn't even like prepare this story, but Kiri was already getting his back with trolling me. And I was like, damn, you guys are on the same page.
It's that synergy.
They have the synergy, man.
And they were saying that they believe in each other, but they need to believe more in themselves. That's one of those things where instead of believing in yourself, you believe in the man who believes in you.
There you go.
And that should come around and basically be in a roundabout way.
Do you believe in me? Because I believe in you. And so we could just, you know, have some belief going on here. We're awesome. Everyone's awesome. Let's get ourselves into the game. Team Dignitas will be facing off against Echo Fox, who made a big mid-week roster change. Taking over the bot lane are Laud and Stunt from the challenger team Ember.
Yeah, Fox are fielding 4 out of 5 Ember players, so the upshot of this is they're used to playing together and they've been performing well in Challenger, getting a 2-0 last week over Team Liquid Academy. But with the good comes the bad, and because they submitted this roster change after the deadline, Fox will lose all 3 of their bans today. So Kirei, he could get his first pick of jungler release.
That's true. It'll be open for sure. Blue team gets whatever they want with their 3 bans and their first pick. Now, guys, time to check out the starting lineup for this match. On the blue side is Team Dignitas. Billy Boss up the top lane. Kirei in the jungle. We just heard from him. Shifter in the mid lane. Apollo at AD carry. Kiwi Kid on support with Coach Innerflame.
And on the red side, it's Echo Fox. In the top lane, Solo. In the jungle, Hard. Mid, it's Golden Glue. Laud at AD carry. And Stunt on support with Coach Kopp behind them.
All right, guys. So The players are ready. We got to imagine the first half of Champ Select's got to go real fast. There's nothing for
No.
Dignitas to have to react to. They just have the three things written down, and there shouldn't be any delay. The first pick as well. There should be no need for debate. This could go quickly.
Well, the first part Champion Select is going to go slow.
Because we have to wait
the
for
bans.
Echo Fox to not ban anything. I know. But as far as the Team Dignitas portion of it, there should be no delay. If there is, I got to actually wonder why they would need time to discuss the bans further. But
Echo
it's
Fox
okay.
needs a lot of time to discuss their bans.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
All right. Well, the first ban is Gangplank.
And then loss of ban. OP
Yes.
champion right there.
Yeah. I feel like actually in games where you ban loss of ban, you tend to lose more often than not.
It's true.
I feel like that's more likely.
It's true. It's not a very effective use of your ban.
Yeah.
But regardless, Dig, I want to see what they ban here because these are going to be the things that they aren't going to first pick or consider first pick worthy for themselves. I assume they're going to get Kirei, that Elise jungle. He's very powerful on it. It's his most played jungler, and it's the one he made a name for himself getting into Challenger.
Yeah.
But now these are the things that they are afraid of Fox picking up in tandem as number 1 and 2 on their side.
You pretty much just banned things that you expect to go first round red side by Echo Fox, or things that you just don't want them to play in general because they're the opposing player's best champions.
Yeah.
So Gangplank away from Golden Glue, that's like his main basically right now. And as we travel on with the Alistar ban as well, which is odd because Kiwi Kid is such a good Alistar. Team Dignitas still don't want that in the mix.
So the last ban, Poppy, Lulu. Let's see what happens with this one. And it's Fiora as the last ban there. So Poppy, Lulu, Graves, Elise, all on the table right now. Rise as well.
And with no jungler bans, is it even going to be first pick Elise? Why would you ban this way if you weren't going to play for the jungle first pick here? You can easily ban 3 junglers, grab Elise, and try to really limit Heart's options.
That's true. That's true.
Like that would be the easy strat to go for, just without prepping for your opponents.
Yeah, and then you're just like, everybody gets OP picks except for you, jungler.
Except for you, jungler. I got my main. You got whatever's left over. All right, here we go. First pick through for Team Dignitas, and it's actually going to be Nidalee. So the whole Elise conspiracy can be shattered for now. Take your tinfoil hats off, guys. Kirei would rather play Nidalee here.
And I wonder if that's just a takeaway from Hard. And that's really unexpected because the best performances that Kirei has had have been his Elise games. He's won 2 Elise games, but that's 2 of the wins that they even have on Dignitas' side.
And keep in mind, he played Graves for his last 2 matches as well and said, no, that's on the table, but we don't want that one either. So it's interesting to see how much faith people are putting onto Nidalee right now, but that's been the choice here. Meanwhile, there's the Poppy, there's the Callista. Echo Fox do have some great champions for themselves.
And that is also a flex Poppy. Stunt ended up playing Poppy and pretty much winning the game in Game 5 of Astral Authority versus Top Dog Gaming because he was able to actually use a W to stop a Tristana jump from Pinoy and win the game. So that's a big flex pick for this side of Fox because it can go to 3 different lanes for them.
That's going to be something to watch out for. Here comes the Lulu, probably the second one in a row here for Shifter. He had a great Lulu game, I would say, yesterday. The scoreline was 1-4, but he solo killed the enemy mid laner, and his team fell apart. But I actually do like Lulu quite a bit here. It'll be alongside the Lucian here for Apollo, a champion that he was happy to play last time as well. Team Dignitas getting pretty much all of what they want. There's only been 2 champions removed from their pools, which is the 2 champions Echo Fox have picked so far.
Echo Fox, still a lot left up, right? You can pick up the Graves and throw that into the jungle. Of course, Jungle Nidalee does actually apply a lot of pressure to the Graves, but you can't really invade him as much as you would like to. But you can show up to lanes and definitely help shove them.
All right.
Very supportive team, though, for Dig so far.
Yeah, a lot of heals. A Soraka would fit right at home in the back line there. Just get the health in there from the Nidalee. That's actually much less likely from Kiwi Kid, though. Tends to play more aggro supports. Now, these are 2 teams, to take a step back, that have been having really rough seasons so far. Echo Fox with their continual roster shuffles. Team Dignitas with a couple of heartbreaking losses in a row, really. And one of these teams will win and start moving up the standings right here, but they are a long way away from that top-end playoff race. We'll see if one of these teams can recover quickly, as Elise and Rise are picked up here for Echo Fox.
Which may be a tell that that is a support Poppy, and they're last picking for Golden Glue in mid lane.
Yeah.
Or that's a Rise mid lane.
I mean, it's a Rise flex pick from top and mid lane, so it allows you to kind of weasel into the matchup you want. Either way, you can choose to say, we think Rise is good into Lulu. I don't think that's true, but it would allow you to have that same sort of wiggle room of flexing alongside this other mage and finding the matchup you would like. All right, Team Dignitas to make their choices. I like this Bard from Kiwi Kid. Other than Alistar, it's been one of his better performances. And they need the last flex pick solo lane here for Team Dignitas.
It could be a Trundle for Kiwi Kid as well. It looks like it's the start of a poke comp. If they go with a Corki here possibly, then, oh, nope, it's going to be the Trundle top.
Yeah, you're right about the Trundle, but it is going to Billy Boss here, who is going to have that matchup once again against what we assume to be Poppy. You mentioned it's a flex pick, and we'll see where that ends up going here. But yeah, so a lot of poke with Trundle pillars, but it's Trundle in another lane. So he's not going to be often around all the other poke.
Yeah, it's mostly magic damage poke, though, here. They don't have a source of long-range physical damage.
Outside of the
pretty much
culling.
be wave clear.
Yeah.
But still,
That's
Dignitas,
still a long cooldown.
it's pretty much pick. It's a pick composition that has some whittled down poke and siege. But Billy Boss will look to most likely be split pushing on this champion.
You know what's strange is Team Dignitas' lineup doesn't feel like the kind of champions you'd see against a team with no bans.
Yes.
Like, these are fine champions. We see them in competitive, but there's like this suite of champions you expect to never escape a draft phase, and Dignitas feel like they have very few of them.
But Fox is...
Yeah, has
Fox
the who's who
look-
of champions.
Yeah, this looks like a lineup where you just went into a normal draft and said, everybody
played
play your
blind pick.
champions, right?
No, the Echo Fox's lineup looks like someone
Blind
went in the
pick.
blind pick
Yeah.
and picked 5 champions. Said, all right, here we go, game 5. RIP in pieces. But Team Dignitas, well, they've still put together the lineup they think is going to work. They targeted 3 bans at Echo Fox. They grabbed the Nidalee for Keyray when they had first pick with no bans against them. So this is the lineup I assume that Team Dignitas wanted to come out swinging in this match.
Dignitas, it seems like a strategy that they want to run more so than champions that they consider to be power picks.
And I
because
do respect
Fox
that.
got gigantic power picks.
Yes, and I do respect the idea of the composition and the strategy is more important than perceived power of champions, because power is somewhat objective, but perceived power is entirely very subjective. Rise now got his very first win just a minute ago in the NA LCS. Everyone's picking him. No one's winning with it, really, so perception can always be opposite from what's actually here. Echo Fox got a lot of perceived powerful champions, and we'll see if that lineup goes well for them. We're getting ourselves into the game shortly, so you guys at home, let us know who you think's going to win this one. Hashtag DIG winner, hashtag FOX win to @LOLesports on Twitter. Let us know who it's going to be, but Team Dignitas sitting right now on only 2 wins, and Echo Fox only 1. That was their opening game in the LCS and have lost every game since. These teams are desperate to pick up some points. One will, and it's up to how well these people play in this match. Here we go. Game 5 of the day. Who's it going to be? Team Dignitas or Echo Fox?
Echo Fox, they could stand to win this game and even it up with Dignitas, have the tiebreaker over them, or at least force it by the end of the season to give themselves a better position in those standings, if it comes down to that. So you definitely want to win this game.
Yeah.
And Fox fielding 4 out of the 5 members of Ember and having all of these power picks.
Yep.
It's intense. This actually looks like a composition that stands a very good chance of winning, despite it being kind of a throw-together group here from Challenger.
Yeah, 4/5 of Ember plus Hard, the intended starter of Echo Fox.
And we talk about it's 4/5 of Ember, but currently one of Ember's best members is their jungler Contracts. Right?
Who's not in this game.
Yeah, Contracts is not in this game. He actually has more damage per minute than Golden Glue. So
In Challenger, yeah.
yeah, so Contracts is a fantastic jungler, so I want to see how this squad operates without him.
It was cool. I got to talk to Billy Boss, who mentioned that he was a position coach for for Ember for a short time, specifically for solo, being a top laner. And he was telling me that to keep the Ember point alive for a little bit, that Contract's not a very vocal player, and that he believed that Hard is a similarly skilled player as far as individual mechanics go. So he was under the impression that this wouldn't exactly hurt the cohesion of the squad. So he thinks that Echo Fox will do just fine with these 5 players, and I think this will be a close match.
And like we said, Ember were on the rise, getting that 2-0 in Challenger over TLA last week. So they have the momentum coming into this one.
Absolutely.
And Billy, I mean, if he position coached solo, maybe he taught him all bad habits.
He taught him good habits as well, actually. They're telling me about a ward he had taught him to use properly to not get level 3 ganked. So at level 3, let's see what ward Solo puts down. Billy Boss taught him that.
Master versus apprentice. What if they both put it down at the same time?
They fight over the ward.
That would be so good.
Trundle's way better at killing it, though, because he just presses Q and it's free.
Or he roots him from getting there.
Oh, the gameplay!
Anyway, hypothetical situation, but we do have a double lane swap, so it ends up being pretty much Australian lane swap.
Yes, it's the Australian standard lanes, as the Aussies love to call it here. Laud and Stunt in the duo lane up against Apollo and Kiwi Kid. See how well they do battle. Billy Boss well already taking it to solo. Of course, level 1 Rise is not exactly scary, so Billy getting in and actually triggering not only the Corrupting Potion damage, but his Grasp of the Undying got a pretty nice trade there.
Yeah, it's hard to actually do anything as an early game Rise at level 1 because you take the E first, so you can get some damage on multiple creeps so that they die and you get level 2. It's the one that's going to be fastest. Pretty much.
Whoa, the stun on a Kiwi Kid. The flash for Lod. He jumps onto a potion, but he still goes down. First blood traded back by Apollo, who's now fighting the enemy support.
It's a Poppy, though. Stunt's going to get away, but that is first blood going over with an assist to Lod. Both summoner spells, though. Apollo still has his flash. Kirei coming towards the top lane, and Stunt, if he hangs around, could be another kill going over. They spot him.
Stunt has flash, but he's pretty far up. Kirei's coming over. This could be really bad for this Poppy. Easy red buff slow, flash the Javelin.
Yeah.
Summoner spell about what you expect.
So Stunt used his W just for the movement speed to get away, so he had to flash there because his W will stop the pounce of Nidalee if you use it reactionary.
Well, gets away with the flash. Either way, first blood did go through to Lod, although with Apollo staying alive, he got a lot more farm in this lane. Shifter's pushed up Golden Glue, but Golden Glue actually heavily out-CSing. Shifter has been a good player this year, but was never known for his laning phase, and you're seeing that continue to ring true here.
I think this top lane, I guess, which is the bottom lane.
Yeah, well, the top lane, the 2-on-2.
The duo lane. The duo lane.
The 2-on-2.
Yeah, the 2-on-2.
Whatever you want to call it.
Is actually just, it's continuing to push towards Apollo. So Lod is zoned off of this, and he's going to actually go down to a little bit more in CS.
Yeah, Echo Fox having no summoners, and Apollo still having flash.
Here comes Kirei. Dig over the wall.
Oh, the magical journey. They bypass the wards. The Javelin hits Lod, but Hard is right behind. Has to flash get away, but there's the pounce. There's the kill. There's the pickup for Kirei. 2-1 Team Dignitas.
Yeah, Hard showed up too, but Hard wasn't able to get any of that fight. And they pick it up again. Kill going over to Kirei on that one.
That was a really nice play, though. Magical Journey bypassed the ward. They didn't know it was coming.
He could have jumped over the wall as well, but he wanted to save that, and then just Kiwi. This is something that actually, when Bard was in playtests, I remember this happening a lot. MIA would do this over and over again. He's like, oh, I'm roaming. So the AD carry and support would naturally push up, but he's just actually sitting there
just bring the jungler
in. Like, let's go in. And it's so good because you get to go through that thick part of the wall, and that's actually great because you get to do that more often on that side of the map, because the way that the terrain is, as opposed to if you were on the red side top.
Yeah. Well, works out beautiful here. I guess red side and bot lane gets the mirrored thing, but you're right. Yeah, this particular arrangement, it's good that Team Dignitas is on blue side. They get to use the terrain better to their advantage, and well played to these guys. Stunt, sadly, did not predict that play when he put his Trinket Ward down, and it was bypassed. Wave will once again push down towards Team Dignitas here. Lod cannot freeze this. There's no chance.
Stunt's a pretty happy support, though. He's got a lot of CS in his pocket.
Yeah, well, when your AD carry dies level 2, you tend to get farmed. Thank you.
Hey.
Zyrian deserves it more, though.
I thought
What?
Kobe taught you.
Shh. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I don't know.
I didn't actually hear him that time.
He said you too, Zyrian.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, way to not, interact with your fans, buddy. Can I teach you that one?
Yeah, please.
Acknowledge when they're nice to you. Meanwhile, Stunt looking for the trades. That Buckler, of course, does some bonus magic damage on hit, so just trying to chunk him down. Kirei goes in on Hard, and he's going to go for the kill, not the Scuttler, which is probably smart. Hard doing plenty of damage. Ooh, nice. The Spiderlings block the Javelin, and they both walk away doing nothing.
Huh. That was quite strange because Hard looked like he wanted to turn that around, but Lulu actually had the inside track. So Shifter was going to get there first, but I think he might have been afraid of Rise because Rise would level 6 and pop the ultimate to run faster towards it.
Ooh. Well, risks for all of them, and in the end, they all run away to their separate sides of the map. A ward comes out from Golden Glue, which Kira can swipe and kill right away, but Golden still has that pink ward on the top side of his lane, so he can stay safe on that side of the wall. No easy ganks this time around, especially with Gorkiev and Valkyrie.
Spot lane matchup is actually going back and forth. Just a moment ago, Solo was behind in CS. Now he's even in CS to Billy Boss. And the wave is even as well, so it's going to have pretty much the same amount for both of them.
Yeah, worth pointing out. Yeah, these guys are neck and neck in this lane. They've been pretty much untouched by other champions for most of that laning phase. So trading equal right now, Billy Boss versus Solo.
Well, they ping for assistance in the top lane. Is a play about to... Oh, there goes Apollo.
Big stun, and Apollo's going to really regret that entire play. Stunned up by Stunt, taken down by Lod. 2 kills for that AD carry, and now Kiwi Kid's next up. Magical journeys away as fast as possible. Stays alive.
There's a cancel there from Billy Boss. Naturally canceled. No root from Solo, but that's the TP down. So Fox gets even more pressure on this map. They pick up a kill there, and oh, Kirai's actually being tracked. Hard saw him.
And the Flash Cocoon's going to land right on top of him, down to half HP already. This Nidalee forced to run away. Level 6 on both. Neither of them having real ultimates at 6.
He's saving Repel.
Pushing forward, another Q lands, but a Spiderling damage, 300 health left. There's the Repel forward. Can he get the stun? Kirai will not go down.
Yep. Cocoon was just about 2 seconds off there. He has Cocoon now, but it was right after he had changed back.
Yeah, but it still enables the blue buff steal, and Hard did flash. That's what I was going for. As part of that entire engagement, Kirai did not burn summoners, but flash for blue buff steal is of course great. That will continue to hurt Shifter, who's already down 15 CS in his mid lane. Now Solo shoves things away, and Billy Boss walks back in.
And just looking at how these two compositions scale, you have that Rise. Corki is actually quite a decent scaler as well. And then if you're able to keep protection on the Callista, the base damages of Poppy are really high too. So
yes,
Fox has a lot of CC available to them, a lot of damage in the future. So despite not being the tankiest of compositions, they still have a decent amount of peel.
Yeah, and you at least build semi-tanky on both Rise and Elise, so there is some beef. I'm not saying it's like Maokai Alistair status, but there is some elements of a front line. Billy Boss, the sole tank on his team.
Yeah, and I'm always afraid of a good Poppy player.
Oh yeah.
Because Poppy's ability to make a fight even when you are like drastically behind into, oh, boom, I threw my ultimate out, 10,000 gold goes flying away.
Yeah, that's true. You just remove elements from the team fight, so something to watch for certainly. So far, Stunt has gotten Lod 2 kills, so I really can't complain about that at all. The minion deficit is growing in this duo lane, but again, the kills are quite nice to have.
Looks for a 4-man dive to the top. Package was not picked up, and there's the wave clear.
Yeah, Killing's going to prevent pretty much anything from happening on this one, so nothing to do for Golden Glue or for Hard, though Hard is still waiting around. Down here, a Trinket Ward in the Tri-Brush.
Yeah, they have Solo with a TP. So if Hard actually walks all the way around and goes through where Blue is and puts down... Oh, he doesn't have a ward at the moment. He used his bush. If he walked all the way around, then there would be an ability. You could actually TP to Spiders, too.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Spiders, Spidey sent by Team Dignitas, they realize this is a little bit too dangerous up on this top side. They know TP advantage is there. They haven't seen Hard in a while, and they just get up the turret until they see the rest of the team. They walk back in, they get a stun, and they say, yeah, you know what, we're okay here. After the flash, they still get the double hit by Tempered Fate, and Kirai comes in. They want damage on a Hard. Poppy channels, and he knocks back the AD carry. Kiwi can flash to dodge and look for some more CC, but gets nothing for it. Maybe a wasted flash. The Poppy ult does disengage properly.
Yeah, Lod also uses his flash. We both did it.
I know, right?
FL,
It was a flawed flash.
Just keep putting it in front of everybody's names. It's folding glue.
Firene doing the best he can to commentate this one.
I didn't flash, though.
No, it's
unfortunate. I never flash. Always
bring Ignite.
Yep.
Smite Ignite.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most hardcore summoners you can bring in the jungle.
Shaco players.
God,
Shout
those are the worst. No.
Still trying to make it work. I mean,
Shame out.
They deserve some respect.
No, they don't. They play Shaco. They literally don't.
I'm surprised the package hasn't been picked up by Golden Glue at all this game.
Ooh, Kirai, nice steal.
Going for the harassment there. And Billy Boss roaming. Don't think he saw that pink ward, so didn't check the bush on his way up or his way down, so that bush is still going to be warded.
Okay. Well, a little bit of vision stays up then. It's got to feel nice for the team with the wards to not lose those.
Yeah, Fox are in a good spot. I'm really surprised that package play has not been made just yet, but Kirai's trying to keep track of Hard, and Hard is suffering. 2 levels down right now. And he just had 2 large camps stolen from him. And this is another thing that Strength of Ages can actually make a big difference between junglers when you counter jungle now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're sitting at 20 stacks versus 15 stacks for a Hard. That's another reason, because you're actually effectively stealing more gold worth of combat stats from that player.
You steal 10 health every time that happens in the early game. It's definitely something that matters here. Kirai, 900 gold up, not counting Strength of Ages. You subtract the kill, it's 600 gold up from out farming. I mean, this is definitely Kirai getting the first pick in Italy and exerting his presence over the map. He is keeping hard down.
Yeah, and when you do that, the next cycle you go through their jungle, you have more HP because of that, so that you're better if you end up in a one-on-one scenario.
Oh, look at this play. Apollo and Kiwi get around the wing. He misses the stun, though. Princeton a little bit too early, but the javelin hits. Stun saves him, but it's not going to be for long. Out he goes. Great kill. TP by Billy Boss, maybe more than needed. They got the pickup.
He got the kill. So that's a kill going over to the Trundle here. And now Hard is going to run to the bottom lane, try to get a turret in return for this one that's going to be going down in the top lane. And Solo had TP, and Billy Boss has used his twice.
Yeah.
So Solo has not been able to make a TP play just yet. And this looks like Dig is probably going to swap their duo lane now to the bottom side of the map and push that one out and get Dragon control.
And there's going to be that turret trade after all, thanks to Hard's roam down. Spiderlings tank a little bit, Minions doing the next. And that will be, of course, Rift Herald, as you mentioned, on the other side of this map. So, Dignitas still getting a little bit more. They got plus that kill. They got plus the Rift Herald. It's a 700 gold swing, actually, in their favor from the things they have picked up. Now Solo pushes the wave down. We reset the lanes once more, and Stunt has roamed over towards mid. Shifter, though, has Billy Boss right behind him in case something goes wrong. And that's not going to mean much. Both mid laners have not really found any combat to be a part of. They've just been farming back and forth. It is something that Golden Glue is winning in a little bit.
Yeah, and especially when he hits that Trinity Force power spike, which just happened.
Now.
Looking for them to go towards Dragon, make sure that Fox can secure it. You have this power spike, despite being a little bit down in gold. I still think it's something that boosts up your combat prowess a lot in this moment, especially over the rest of the other team.
Yeah, absolutely true.
One spike is huge, so I would be surprised if they didn't make a play for Dragon in the next few seconds.
Yeah, gold deficit, 800 gold, basically meaningless here. Echo Fox are on roughly equal parity income-wise, and then as you mentioned, power spikes, item spikes, those are the big things. Corki level 10, Lulu not 11 either. We'll see if they make for this play. Dual lanes have been sent down to the bot lane, so it looks like these teams are aware, but crucially, Solo has teleport, whereas Billy Boss does not. So fighting for the bot side of the map is hard for Team Dignitas.
Exactly. I think that if you're able to sneak a ward behind Dignitas' bottom lane, then you can make a really big play to turn the game around if you're Solo. But it's hard to get that ward back there. They see Nidalee walking up, so Kirei has been spotted out, but he's walking all the way around. See, he's getting those deeper wards.
Yeah, definitely doing a good job of warding. Kiwi Kid says that he is the product of talent and dedication combined. Wow, he's doing his best to keep his team up in this one.
And he is rather dedicated.
Very dedicated, yeah.
He's been through a lot of splits. He's been rather resilient, too. Dragon, though, being taken by Kirei.
Easy pickup. And despite the TP disadvantage, Team Dignitas able to get the vision lead, get the pressure lead, and take Dragon, despite that probably, by all rights, it should have been Echo Fox's.
Yeah. And Kirei's playing to the bottom lane now because his top laner, Billy Boss, is pretty much going to play safe. The only thing that'll kill him is solo play.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, he doesn't have TP. His is quarter from being up again, and he has adequate warding to keep him safe.
I mean, that's the tricky thing, though. If you do pressure bottom lane, Solo shows up and turns your gank around. It's
They need to do something on Fox's side. They need to use this advantage.
Yeah, I mean, they need to pressure bot lane, honestly, and get Solo on a TP flank, get the deep wards in from stun, and then go wreak havoc. But the direction really not here from Echo Fox. You're just kind of content to lane and let Dignitas outplay them right now.
Yeah, you've lost Rift Herald, Dragon 1, and pressure at the moment. They are CSing okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning farm in top lane and mid lane, but losing farm heavily in AD carry and quite substantially in the jungle. It's roughly an equal trade of farm total. Stunt wants to go in, Kiwi Kid running away in time. Now keep in mind, Poppy W will stop Magical Journey. It will bump you out of it, so you have to get away from her quickly or she will keep you from getting over the wall.
Yeah, if it happens really early on, you can click it again, because
you can.
The W will only stop one move block.
Right.
But
that's right.
As soon as you come out of Magical Journey, you're next to a wall, so...
It stuns you?
Yeah, actually, if you click somebody and Heroic Charge them when they're in Magical Journey, sometimes it pops them out on weird sides.
Whatever's the closest exit of the wall.
Yeah, I've done it to somebody and they just like popped out on the other side of the wall. I was like, why are you all the way over there now?
Technically how it's going to work consistently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's not what you expect, but it is usually consistent. Golden Glue once again getting pushed into the mid lane.
Usually consistent.
I mean, consistency doesn't imply 100%, does it? So I think it's
More often
roughly
than
accurate.
not, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe.
true. Well,
We'll see.
Ray wants to go in. Oh, he wasn't in pounce range for the empowered pounce. Get into Solo, and now going a bit too far forward. Ult's in for Stunt, who's now going to put in so much damage. Golden Blue coming across. And that's 3 assists for that kill picked up. Echo Fox back in this one.
And that's all 5 members of Fox near the top lane. They aren't going to go around this turret, but instead they're going to push straight towards it. If Billy hangs around, they don't have too many engaged tools left, but there could be a play here from Stunt, so he's going to back all the way off. They trade bot turret for this, though.
Yeah, it's again a turret trade. One team makes the big play, they get the kill, they get the push. The other team reacts to push something down, but Echo Fox are still going.
Keep pushing. If you're Echo Fox, you keep pushing at this point. Trundle has pretty much 0 wave clear, so you get turret damage. So they're pulling up Shifter because they need the wave clear there. So now Corki pushes mid lane, and then you rotate members towards that lane again.
Okay, so Echo Fox making the play. Instead of greeting for the turret, they go for the minion wave control to take a couple of jungle camps out. They try to take over mid lane, but I don't know. I agree with what you said about continuing to push. They could have really forced a lot more of Dignitas to move.
At worst, you get some turret damage.
Yeah.
At best, you get 1 or 2 turrets depending on how they allocated people.
Yeah.
Because if Lulu shows up in that top lane, well, it's 2v4, right? You may be able to clear the wave out. You get some turret damage with your squad, but then Corki shoves up mid lane.
I mean, if you have Elise and Corki, you just dive that and you probably win it. Maybe it's risky against Bard, and now off the recall as Echo Fox trying to take away part of the jungle. Team Dignitas have roamed and rotated the entire team back up to the mid lane, save for their top laner. They've knocked down the outer turret, so despite Echo Fox getting the pick, they go behind in turrets long term.
Looking for this mid lane turret now. The Trinity Force spike, they want to group up with Golden Glue, but they haven't done it just yet. He has the package.
There have been no protracted sieges. He got a roam up to the top lane and got a kill, and that was good by him, and then Echo Fox have been waiting around now.
Yeah, solo still no TP play either. I feel like Fox, they're just not on the proactive side of this.
They don't seem to be.
Despite having all the tools, I don't know if they're not recognizing the opportunities or if they just aren't taking them when they see them.
Yeah, well, blue buff picked up, though. At least they're counter-jungling pretty successfully, all things considered. They had the wards from the earlier dive in that top lane. Now Echo Fox get their first Rift Herald. Golden Blue gets the buff.
And the package goes away.
Plenty good at sieging. Yeah, no more package for him, but Cocoon over the wall. Nice by Hard, but no damage to follow up at all. Mid lane, bit of riskier. Dignitas aren't around right now. Swinging in from the side, pick board down. They're going to look for Hard, who gets a nice repel to get away. And again, the Q too early from Kiwi Kid. A big poke comes out of Corki, chugging Dignitas down to half on a few of their members. Mid lane gets cleared back and forth. And the current lane assignment sends Law to the top lane with also Solo getting to bot lane first.
Yeah, they're just going to pick up farm here on Echo Fox's side.
Echo Fox are quicker at getting these lanes and getting the farm.
Yeah.
They're actually they're much swifter at saying, okay, disengage this, get your farm in. So they're actually having both top and bottom lane pushing in their advantage towards that Dignitas team.
It's so strange though, because it's not even a 1-3-1 composition. You want to group with this comp.
Yeah.
You want to siege. You want to get damage to turrets. You want to pick.
Well, now here's a chance. Apollo ran to the bot lane, so now they can get around behind Shifter. Cocoon just barely misses. And a bit of damage onto Hard, but it gives them enough time. Echo Fox made the play happen. They got where they needed to be. And mid lane adder does go down. And they've got inside track on top lane as well. Team Dignitas are nowhere around this tier 2 turret. This should be a turret. I don't see how you defend this.
He can get the stun on Billy.
Stun wants in, gets the stun against the wall. Plenty of damage there. Billy Boss does have flash, gets knocked into the air, and he's going to take even more damage. Pops the ulti, but now Golden Blue wants in, and they're going to get that kill. They get the tower dive. Meanwhile, Apollo is pushing the bottom lane, but this will at least be this tier 2 turret.
This might be a good old-fashioned base race, Freak. We'll see what happens here. See where the wave clear comes in.
And they got the Rift Herald buff, so Echo Fox do generally siege a little bit faster. They're now onto the inhibitor turret as well, and Team Dignitas react way too late. Kirei was on the wrong side of the map. Inhibitor turret goes down. Echo Fox have all 5 and are pushing the inhibitor itself.
Now, home guards are up, though.
They're trying to stay. The wave
more
coming
damage.
through. Only a couple hundred health left. In goes Solo. Shifter's going to be attacked. He flashed away, just barely stays alive. The inhib does go down. Apollo flashes back in, picks up the kill into Solo, dashes back in, but flash away keeps someone alive. However, this still means Echo Fox went +1 turret and +1 inhibitor.
Kiwi has ulti. If this lands, it'll be so easy to get it.
He's going to put it down, and he catches Laud. Dragon soloed by Kirei. The kill goes across, and Dignitas leaving their jungler on the map to knock down an objective. They still manage to pick up more kills, but the inhib death is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, the gold is really close right now, but that's going to be a constant source of income in that top lane. Now, what do Fox do? Do Fox start sieging that bottom lane? Because that would be the best thing to do, is go between middle and bottom over and over again and try to keep that pressure game up. You do have the Corki, you have the poke. Apollo plays this really well. Watching how Apollo does is also Shifter. Shifter gets the Whimsy as soon as Solo flashes forward with the overcharge up. And then Apollo gets the Q off, the double shots, ease forward, flashes, gets the Q. Ease forward again. So he's going back and forth, weaving in and out, and he's basically causing this vacuum. Whenever he takes a step forward, Fox takes a step back. When he takes a step back, Fox takes a step forward, and then he jumps in again. And he kept doing that and keeping Fox there and keeping them occupied.
Yep, did a good job doing all this, and all said and done, the gold score is exactly tied.
Yeah, it's really, really, really close. Whereas before, Fox were at a little bit of a deficit, but they are up one turret at this point.
Yeah, so they're up the inhibitor being dead and pressure whenever that inhibitor respawns. Team Dignitas are up 2 dragon buffs, so their future turret taking and their just overall stats are higher.
They started the Baron,
Yeah.
and then they stopped. Dignitas was like,
Yeah, that's smart. Back away. More important things to do. Top lane, of course, continue pushing in. But the thing is, that's actually the worst inhibitor kill early for Echo Fox, because the person that's stationed there to defend that wave is right next to Baron anyway. Yep. You can just send Apollo there and have him farm forever, get like 1,000 gold or something from all that farm going one way, and then you could just TP Billy Boss as normal from the bot lane.
Yeah, it's a constant source of income for him.
Yeah.
Looking at the gold totals, though, Billy Boss is 1,000 gold down. Kirei being 800 up. But then Golden Goose 1,000 up over Shifter, whereas Apollo is 1,000 up over Lawn. So it goes back and forth, kind of in a zigzag, actually.
Yeah. Echo Fox and Dignitas and Echo Fox and Dignitas. Well, of course, with that wave having to be defended, this is good. Echo Fox rotated down to the bottom lane. You said it's a comp that has to group up, and when Apollo has to hold a minion line on the other side of the map, Echo Fox can group up and push through. Stunt's going to try to send someone back, but now a big Tempered Fate sends out the fight. Apollo is in range to battle, and it's a 2-man stun from Kiwi, but Kirei, wow, goes down way too fast. They, however, have traded onto the rise. A stun on the Kiwi Kid who stays afloat, and look at the damage coming across. Vlad goes down, another trade comes through. It's a 3 for 2 so far. Now the push on a Golden Blue make that 4 kills picked up, but Echo Fox did not want this fight after all. Team Dignitas crush him.
That engage from Kiwi Kid with the Tempered Fate sets it up. They're able to set up the rest of the fight, and they're tracking down hard right now.
And he's running and running and running as fast way as he can. Construction cone, hard hat area. He's gonna push in. But repels up onto the Raptors. Down he goes.
Gets out alive. Package was available, but they continued their siege on the bot side. Stunt used his ultimate really early, and I think that's a key point here, is when you use your ultimate like that, it gives Dignitas pretty much the go button.
Yeah.
Throw it out. You no longer have the snapcast. You no longer have the ability to remove a large amount of gold from this fight. They called down Apollo. Tempered Fate comes out. Kirei jumps in, but he gets blown up immediately.
They chunk Solo so hard.
Kirei's out. Stunt goes for the stun, but then he gets thrown back in here. But then it just becomes this gigantic cluster, and Shifter is just auto-attacking and throwing out so much damage across multiple members here. Lulu is not just a utility champion in these types of fights.
No. They had a lot of burst. Kiwi Kid got the burst down, Shifter got the burst down, and Apollo landed the auto attacks. Rise dying that early was a huge issue for Echo Fox.
Yeah, Solo getting taken out, pretty much not as big as Kirei getting taken out in tandem. But yeah, the Luden's Echo for Shifter was a large amount of damage in that team fight as well. Now he has the Lich Bane available. But here's the package.
Here's the package cutting off Team Dignitas. Apollo flashing to stay alive, and he's still going to go down. Now a trade kill. Kirei, though, going to be killed off. On top of that one, now Billy Boss on the wrong side. He TP'd in, but only to get killed as Echo Fox were already there. Bard ulti means nothing, and Billy Boss will be taken out. That is a 3 for 1, which gives complete control to Echo Fox.
And Echo Fox, looks like Baron is what they have in their sights here. They have their jungler up. Kirei is down on Dignitas. No chance for a steal. And they have Kalista as well. So this should be secured here for Dig, as Shifter is just cleaning up that top wave. But the inhibitor respawn, they can't do too much about it, though.
It should not be a problem. No one's going to try. Team Dignitas know better than to give away some more kills inside the Baron pit. So there's Baron picked up in 27 minutes. Echo Fox now 2,000 gold up as a result, and we'll see what they can do with this.
Good package here. Cuts off 2 members, so there's a little knockback on it. Phospho Bomb, not dodged by Key Ray, so he takes a big amount of damage. And stun with the wall stun. And the pickup. And then the throw back. Billy Boss with the TP, backline. Multiple flashes from the Tempered Fate, making sure that one doesn't land. But even if it did, it doesn't look like it would have done too much. So that's Baron over to Fox, and now they get the push advantage, and they have a wave, or a top wave, that has no turret to defend it, and Solo has TP. So you can actually 4-1 split push with this team composition now, and make sure that you use that TP advantage. But I don't know, Fox hasn't used it all game. I don't know why they would use it now.
Well, with Baron buff, it tends to get people to realize this whole pushing is very good. We might see it happen there.
I think they just want to group up. It's going to be easier to execute on.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a top lane inhibitor open without a turret. You know you want to kill that Solo.
You do. There he goes. All right. I think the farm baited into the top lane. That's how you get a top laner to split push.
Yeah. Hey, there's minions up there.
Hey,
they're worth gold.
Go get those.
Yeah.
More inclined to actually steal everybody else's farm when they grouped up. They're like, hey, I didn't get like any CS for the start of the game, especially in the lane swap.
Yeah, you guys lane swap. Well, this was a 2-on-2 matchup, so that's all on Solo. He got that farm.
Yeah, they were even for a very long time.
Yep.
Solo, though, large power spikes here for him. When he completes that Zanya's, he's also going to be not blowing up so quickly in those fights, and he'll actually have an opportunity to regen all of his HP with multiple shields, so he's very durable.
Definitely has still a pretty AP-focused build, so he's going to have the damage to go with it.
He wasn't splitting at all.
He was just setting up the wave for the rest of Echo Fox to show up, because again, it's an open inhibitor. This is practically free. It would be very hard for Team Dignitas to defend this. And they're going to try. They're wave clearing as best they can. Key Ray splitting up for the team a little bit, looking for javelins to land. Hard is a bit injured.
Yeah, you have to worry a little bit here about the poke.
There's a construction cone into the javelin. That's that kind of poke combo you want. And here comes the Bard ulti. Will they go into this one? Do they really get to kill off Solo? A lot of damage comes through, and there's the kickback. Billy Boss is out of this fight for now. And the re-engage comes in onto Kiwi Kid, but Stun just takes way too much damage. Team Dignitas get the kill without even having so much as a turret there. Cocoon onto Apollo. Billy Boss wants to go forward. Can he get the cone down? Can he stop Laud?
Yeah, Laud has to get away from those walls.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere this time around. Couple of crits come through and a shutdown for Apollo. Team Dignitas against Baron. Down in gold. Get 2 kills.
The poke comes out, and they're using Billy Boss's E effectively, the Pillar of Filth or Pillar of Ice. It slows in this zone, and it makes Spears pretty hard to miss. Right? It's a 45% slow at the rank that he has it right now, which is rank 4. It also blocks off terrain, so Pillar comes up, throw the spear, right at Golden Glue, pretty much no way to dodge that, and the culling comes out as well. Tempered Fate locks up Solo, and now it's pretty much rescue mission from this point onwards. Stun throws Billy Boss out of the fight, and it gets thrown back in on the Kiwi Kid, but then pretty much you turn on him at that point. Billy Boss is already back.
Yep, several heals. Key-Ray as well as I believe the summoner heal from Lucian, just putting enough health.
Yeah, I think this was a little too over-aggressive from Fox. I think you 4-1 split push, you cause pressure with your TP.
Yeah.
Look at their minion waves. Their minion waves were already pushing out. So they had a group of minions on the bot side that they could have enforced or reinforced with the Baron buff.
Yeah.
Made sure that that takes a turret. Just stall it out. They can't deal with this poke, though.
Okay, this time a good dodge, and Stunt will not get stunned, but still slowed and still taking about 2,000 damage. Echo Fox giving up a little bit of health, but Team Dignitas will not push in farther on towards that mid lane tier 2 just yet. Hard runs fast, he'll get away cleanly. The move speed build, of course, very common for at least Runic Echoes, Swifties, and Deadman's Plate.
Kiwi Kid with the Eye of the Watcher. No Frost Queen's claim for this Bard.
Oh, interesting.
I personally don't like it.
So I guess he doesn't need it. He's gonna use his ulti anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, don't you just press it so your ultimate is easier to land?
I mean,
or
so
does Shifter just do that for you?
I tend to agree. Like, I really think Frost Queens is great. To play devil's advocate for his build and why he might want to do it, it gives you your 4th ward from your Sightstone for really, really cheap. It's the cheapest way. Ooh! Yep, he got it. I thought Kiwi Kid was trying to steal it. I was silly.
Sometimes I'm helping.
Yeah, sometimes I steal kills, and Kiwi Kid has stolen 2 so far.
Secured. Golden Glue, though, does have the package. Looking for a siege in the mid lane here. Apollo?
Fair bit of damage, gets cocooned up, but he's out of range enough that he's going to be fine.
No turnaround there from Solo with the root after the moon came out.
Whimsy culling, pretty fun to play alongside. And we peter out to a 1,000 gold lead for Echo Fox. The Baron buff was enough gold that those 2 kills didn't push over that mark here. Very close game here, 32 minutes in. Baron is coming up before too terribly long.
Difference is mostly 2,000 gold for Solo over Billy Boss. In the mid lane, Golden Glue is about 600 up, but then that entire difference is made up by Apollo being 1,700 up over Vlad.
Oh,
catch on
pushing
Kirei.
it. Yeah, Kirei had to flash get away. Summon a heal by Apollo, again used to keep him afloat. Both Dragon and Baron are going to spawn at the late 33-minute mark, so both are coming up almost concurrently here. Echo Fox did pick up the most recent drag, though, so at least he's got the stats, but it could be number 3 for Team Dignitas.
This game's just going to come down to a 5v5 team fight.
But it could be over Baron.
That's true. That's true. Never mind. It's Dig game.
Those objectives could make it happen. Turret taking up plenty of damage, but the threat of cocoons. Nice. Okay, Temper Fate buys enough time for Apollo to knock this down. Turret does fall, and Solo loses half his health bar. Apollo really pushed forward.
The good old Lulu Lucian composition. One that SKT was using for a very long time.
Ooh.
Now Apollo.
Pillar stop stunts ulti,
Oh.
but it's going to come back up in a second anyway.
Yeah, interrupts it.
It goes on the minor
It
cooldown
puts it
of
on
5
a decent
seconds.
cooldown, actually. It's about 30.
Oh, okay. I was incorrect on that number. 18 left right now on it. Dragon comes up in about 10 seconds here, and Dignitas going to run right down to that. Should be easy to take. However, Team Dignitas have not gotten wards over Baron. They have that ward at the top of the screen right there. That's the only really nearby Team Dignitas ward. As Echo Fox push this team away.
Baron is up now.
Yep.
As the Dragon goes down, that's the 3rd Dragon over to Dignitas. Gold is even right now, but they're going to
There's the
start
play.
this up.
On top of Blue Trinket, so they know about this, but here comes a 5-on-5 in front of the Baron pit. It's just like everyone would expect from this game. Kiwi Kid walking forward, forcing the team away. Traffic Cone pushes Law to the backside.
Baron just heals up. There is a large minion wave on the top side, though, and there's no inhibitor turret here
And there's
inside
no
Dragon
vision.
Fox.
Team Dignitas don't know which way Echo Fox are going until they can actually see them in the lanes. And so Echo Fox, they feint down towards the bot lane, then they walk back towards Baron. There's no knowledge of what this was by Team Dignitas. Kiwi Kid stays sensing it. He sees that it's happened.
But he has ulti too now. He didn't have ulti before. He can actually
look
delay
how
a little
much
bit. Here's
damage.
the
No,
TP.
he can't do anything. Baron picked up, and no one got touched by Tempered Fate. Beautiful play by Echo Fox to feint the move to the bot lane. They've got Baron buff. Team Dignitas have to respect this. Two get sent out. They've got to run away right now.
They have
defend
to
their
get
base.
out of there.
I don't know why you even dive 4-3v5. You're missing team members. That was a bit risky by Apollo.
Yeah, that's the type of fight that Poppy support is looking for, where you get that nice golden ultimate, but it has to be as your team is moving forward. Have to be able to capitalize on it. Not in a position to do that. Fox wanted to just retreat, go back to their base, push out these minion waves, and use this Baron buff. They weren't able to use it effectively last time. They have TP advantage again for Solo. I do not think I've seen a single TP play from Solo this game.
I don't know I have either. To be fair,
None that really stood out to me.
To be fair, I haven't seen a good TP play by Billy Boss either. It's been a cancel or it's been TPing into a 3v5 that the team thought they wanted. So
Yep.
it's been a pretty rough game for both these teams. Echo Fox, though, looking to double their number of wins right now. They are in the lead here in this game. Baron buff on all 5. And will it be the 5-man split push? Will it be 5-man split push? 5-man group? Or will it be some kind of a split here? Team Dignitas not willing to lie inside their base. The gold lead still is only 1,400.
Yeah.
If you time out Baron, these teams are tied once again.
Golden Glue, no package right now. Running around with slight CS advantage, but Apollo is a large focus for the team of Dignitas. They're pretty much just empowering him with the Lulu and
Kind of the
heal.
team.
Apollo has to put it on his back. Apollo has been rather consistent for this team, though.
Definitely a very good player. A lot of ways to buff him up. Move speed, attack speed, tanks, slows. Gonna put out a lot of damage this game, but Echo Fox, once again, they've got the Baron buff. They've grouped up to this top lane. Billy Boss is playing the bot side, but he has to recall to get into this fight. He does not have teleport.
And recalling, he does have home guard, so to give a slight positional advantage over to Fox.
Ooh, nice chunk there onto the rise. Solo down to 2/3 health. Kirei sitting around the side. Stunt blocks the javelin. And you wait for Apollo once again, goes for the aggressive culling, which does plenty of damage. Tempered Fate is dodged. Billy Boss still wants in, puts the traffic cone up. The team walks away. Yet again, wave cleared by Echo Fox, and they have no way into the base.
Just back and forth. Solo using his ultimate on the blue buff, so he's able to get pretty much back to full HP and pick himself up with the blue buff for this fight. Looking for the final fight, though.
Here's
the
the
ulti.
ulti. They find Kirei. That's not good. Nidalee goes down. Goldblue gets the kill, and it's a 5-on-4. The push with Baron buff. Billy Boss the front side. Kiwi Kid locked up. Stunt low as well. Kiwi the flash forward. Goldblue wants it. You can't quite kill him off, but Stunt will go down. Apollo is on a killing spree. It's a 4v4 inside the base of Team Dignitas. Ren goes off. Doesn't quite kill off Billy Boss, but it does mean the inhibitor goes down for the second time. 17 minutes apart, these inhibitors have fallen.
The Baron buff wears off of the members of Fox. Stunt almost had that stun onto Apollo, but he's just a little slippery. He actually got by a turret and the Nexus, which he was almost pushed up against there. So rather lucky on that one.
Rather fortunate. Full items for Apollo. He is done buying things not named elixirs and boot chance. It's got to be someone else now to pick up the mantle.
Thrown in, hits Kirei, stops him from using anything, is immediately blown up. Apollo, a little too far forward. Stunt gets the Snapcast ulti. Can't get behind him, sees the flash. Woo!
Oh, that was
right
close.
between them.
He would have died.
So close to hitting the model of the turret or the Nexus.
If he had hit that, that would have been game right there. I don't think Dignitas could have handled that push anymore if Apollo had died. So a very, very close brush with death.
As a Poppy player, it's so frustrating when that happens.
Well, like he flashed and like dashed
Yeah.
and repositioned, and it's like it's out of your hands at that point.
Almost.
I know. That was nearly the game-winning play there. Stunt and Laud made that fight happen, honestly. That was them.
Package is up right now. Fox, slight lead, but like you said, Apollo's already maxed out on items, so gold is a non-factor for some members of Dignitas right now. They're waiting, though. Oh. He has nowhere to go.
Yep, hard drops right back down. I believe you could jump towards. That ward that went down, he could have jumped to the other side of the traffic cone.
Yeah, enemy wards.
Yeah, which Kiwi Kid graciously provided him. Either way, it doesn't mean much. Stunt getting really big on this Poppy. Only has one item left to go. Poppy is, if you count Pink Ward, does an item slot for a support. It's a very tanky Poppy.
Yeah, most likely going to be an Iceborne Gauntlet for finishing up that CDR, and also maybe...
You think over Frozen Heart? I would want Frozen Heart on my team.
Well, I like it on Poppy because all you have to do is W, and then you get the ranged shield attack that applies the Iceborne Gauntlet.
But he
You
has
get a
Dead
slow
Man's
zone.
Plate, so like at least you have some of those slows anyway.
Yeah.
I actually
zone.
I know the slows are good. I just realistically think having Frozen Heart Aura against Billy Boss and Apollo is a big deal.
But the zone.
I'm aware. I'm aware you're in the zone.
I mean, it would be effective against the Trundle and
Yeah.
Pollution both.
That's why I say it.
So
I like
could be a
stats.
Frozen Heart as
I like stat efficiency. Golden Glue in with the package. Dragon number 2 for Echo Fox. Really no chance to steal this one. I mean, they have a chance, but it won't happen. Good rend. Good pickup.
Yep. Package picked up for Golden Glue, and that's one of the reasons they did not want to contest it on Dignitas' side.
I actually don't like this timing. Well, no, it's there for Dragon. He picked up package to make a play for Dragon. That's why he did it. Bear buff had timed out, so next, that small power spike of picking up your passive on Corki.
Yep. A small power spike. You use it. Oh!
For
You got the
distance.
bush. Didn't burn down, but it's very
Yeah,
resilient bush.
it's very fire-resistant shrubberies here.
Inflammable.
Non-flammable. Inflammable means the same thing as flammable.
I know.
Yeah, nice try.
Flammable,
Punk.
inflammable,
Shut up.
the same thing.
You're intelligent. Psych! Oh, the knockback comes through, and now Stunt taking a stun as well, but a missed ulti from the bar. Javelin hits Solo, but he's tanky. Solo slowed down. This is a bit dangerous. Kirei pops his zone to stay alive. He's golden. Cocoon misses. A lot of mistimed skill shots in this one. Stunt now forced to run out. Team Dignitas, can they find the way back in? Plenty of damage from Apollo. Hard has to flash over. Get away.
It's so hard to run away from this Dignitas composition. They're able to catch you with a Bard ulti. They're able to use the Whimsy to speed up Shifter, or you speed up Apollo, and then Billy Boss just throwing cones out. Usually when they chase, they give the speed increase to Billy Boss.
Yeah, it's Billy and Apollo, the ones that are getting the move speed all the time. Apollo can put the damage in. Billy can get the Trundle pillar behind somebody, try to make that one happen. And Shifter's constantly trying to enable his teammates, his other carries, to make these plays happen. Shifter has gone unkilled in this game. Has plenty of assists for himself. And this is honestly an incredibly close game here. Echo Fox, 1,300 gold
Yeah.
lead. that means basically nothing. Both AD carries nearly completing their builds, and
So just the fact that it is a very close game right now does not bode well for Dignitas.
no.
It does bode pretty well for Ember in the Challenger Series. They're pretty much getting a preview of something that may happen in the future for them.
Yeah. Know it. Late April, maybe?
Maybe. We'll see. Baron is up on the table right now. And a possibility of an engage.
Ooh, Pillar gets solo very injured again, down to 1,000 health and a two-man stun from Bard. This could be the way in. What are they going to find? Hard in the front line. Stunt jumps right in, and he finds Kiwi Kid, who is tanky enough, though, that it doesn't matter. And now Billy Boss wreaking havoc, finds Godalu against the wall, and Kirei has picked up Hard. Here's the chase, here's the slows. There's the kill on the stunt, and it's time to keep pushing forward. Team Dignitas have buffed up Apollo. He's going huge. He's looking for more people to kill, and there's the Pillar in from Billy Boss. Lod is nearly going to die. He's got nowhere to go. QSS means nothing. A double kill for Apollo, 17-10, and it's the push in for Team Dignitas. There's only one man alive, and that is Solo, living up to his name, but I don't think he can keep this game alive. It's Team Dignitas looking to add their third win of the season. The base is in their sights. All 5 members are there. They've got the health bars, they've got the damage, they've got the kill on a Solo, the ace from Shifter. That's going to be the game, and Team Dignitas improved to 3-5.
And Dignitas getting a little bit higher up in those standings. They want to be a playoff team. This is the first step you have to take to get back into that position. Echo Fox, though, another loss for them. Sitting down there with Renegade still
Yeah.
those last spots.
Really rough situation for these teams at the very bottom of the standings. But that means Team Dignitas improves to the same record as Team Impulse. Right now, they're battling for 7th. They're only 1 win behind Liquid, who are at 4-4. There is a middle-of-the-pack push for those 3 teams right now.
This game was very confusing in a lot of ways. Dignitas, though, they did put all of their eggs into the Apollo basket, and he did 41,000 damage this game, with the next highest being the Poke Corki at 27. So he did 14k more than a Corki.
Yeah. He also more than doubled anyone on his team. The Nidalee did 16k, the Lulu doing 19, he did 41. So Apollo did work.
They invested in him, and he was very consistent this game, and he was being very aggressive. Every time that Fox mispositioned just a tiny bit, able to capitalize on it. Fox, though, a lot of takeaways from this game. Solo needs to find TP opportunities, but his team needs to set him up for them.
Yes.
They had so many opportunities, and Billy, if he goes back and watches this, he's going to see those windows where he could have been punished.
Absolutely agree. Well, a hard-fought game. Both teams know they could have won or lost it. At the end of the day, it does go to Team Dignitas, and yeah, Apollo, nearly 1,000 damage per minute in that game. 42-minute game, 43-minute game with 41,000 damage is definitely a great performance. Whimsied culling is some pretty darn good poke to chunk people out for the fights.
Yeah, hitting those 6 items rather early as well.
Yeah.
And being in a position where he can constantly deal damage. That's one of Lucian's problems, is since he got the lower range, after you use the culling and you use your abilities, getting those auto-attack follow-ups, much easier when you have that Lulu on your team.
Yep.
But that final fight, I want to talk about it a little bit, because that fight was split up. What ended up happening is the Tempered Fate hitting stunt made it so that everybody collapsed in from Dignitas' team onto that spot. Then Echo Fox actually spread out into 3 directions. A couple people were still in the mid lane, but then off on the side, there was one person there. Then on the left, there was Lod, who pulled stunt to him. So then they were outnumbered mid lane. And so it just kept happening where everybody's like, oh, we have these skirmishes. And Billy actually ran through the gut of the fight and killed Solo pretty much by himself, or got Solo out of the fight by himself.
He stopped all the damage from dealing damage, and that was a really big deal. So Billy, great team fight at the very end there. Team Dignitas, you know, that ult from Kiwi Kid was what set them ahead and got them to win the game finally. Again, a tough game, but it finally worked out for them. Congrats to Team Dignitas, and now we're going to send it down to Riv, who's standing by on the blue side.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I am joined by Dignitas' Apollo after their win over Echo Fox. What a hairy game, back and forth. First off, I just have to ask, what were the comms like for Dignitas during that game?
I mean, we were actually pretty collective, I think, a little calm, but kind of showed that we were a little bit scared, right? Like after losing, I think it was 3 games in a row, we felt a little anxious almost. So, but we finally closed it out, and that felt really good.
That's a great point as well. Leading into this game on that kind of loss streak, how do you even prepare for a team you don't often see or even scrim against?
You just kind of like any other game, you just try and get as much information as possible. Look at how they play, how they pick and ban, but it's mostly on us to close out the game, or for us to win the game.
Well, you stop the bleeding. The victory is there. Next week it gets harder. Immortals and Impulse are going to be your matches. How's the team feeling?
Good. Yeah, I mean, we're a lot better now that we won, but yeah, I mean, they're going to be tough matches. Yeah, Immortals is obviously looking really strong, and we're obviously looking to at least get like a 1-1 that week.
Well, hopefully Dig can continue to find their footing. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck in the future. All right, now we're going to throw it to the analyst desk to break down the rest of that day.
Thank you very much, Riv. One of our longer games of the day, but Dignitas securing that victory. As Irene mentioned, that's going to be hugely important for them if they are to make a run towards playoffs, as they are at the bottom half of the table right now. So victories like that are definitely necessary. However, not pretty at all. And I kind of want to decipher as to why that could have been that we had a 40-minute game against a team that has 4 members who don't traditionally play in the LCS.
Yeah, luckily for them, those 4 members play on the same team, so they did get kind of a lead early. They got a great set
draft
of champions.
considering they had no bans.
They had no bans, so there were a lot of very high priority champions were available. They didn't actually use all those champions very effectively, though.
Right.
Rise in the game, you looked up, did a total of
5.9k damage.
Under 6,000 damage from a Rise who just dishes out damage.
Right.
And he did the lowest damage on the entire team, lower than the support Poppy.
He did the lowest damage in the game at 5.9k.
It's okay.
The Poppy on his team did 8.9k, so 3,000 more damage coming from the support there on a team which did have the early lead. So again, you would expect the Rise to be empowered to make some plays. But one of the places where we didn't see Rise utilized is in any kind of split push. We saw them continually grouping and going for, just 5-man pushes as opposed to utilizing the Baron buff and really spreading out the map.
Yeah, it felt like really, really basic play calling, which can be expected when you have a jungler who's playing with people who are not his team.
Right.
But you have a Baron buff, you have an open inhibitor, but pressure the open inhibitor, and you have a teleport advantage over the Trundle. So either take a bottom turret that opens up an inhibitor with the Rise and the empowered minions, disengage on one side, and just do that thing that every other professional team does. Instead, they kept funneling 5 people in the exact same place and the inhibitor. And the crazy thing is, if the Poppy stun hits on the turret when they went for Apollo after one fight, they win the game off of that play.
Yep. That's very true. That's very true. It was close to a victory for Echo Fox there, unfortunately.
Also, I just want to add that usually the excuse for low damage dealt to champions is that you're split pushing.
Right. And in this case, I guess that's true. That's very true. He did find himself in other lanes multiple times and just not TPing in.
And why didn't Dignitas pick Elise first? They picked Nidalee. I guess it's a denial pick because there is kind of a Nidalee main when you're looking at Echo Fox, but come on, man, you're really good at Elise. They gave all the good champions to Echo Fox.
Right, which is why it makes it all that much more surprising.
His Nidalee was pretty effective early game, but
yeah. And he got caught a lot.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, it was a bit of a sloppy victory for Dignitas, but a necessary one nonetheless. Now that we've concluded week 4, though, it's time to see how the teams are stacked up on the leaderboards. In first place, it's the top dog, Immortals. Then, 3 games back, we've got Cloud9, CLG, Energy, and TSM all tied for second place. Liquid dropped to 6th with an even 4-4 record. Team Dignitas and Tip are sharing 7th, with Fox and Renegades in 9th. Here now, though, are our OP players for the week, starting in the top lane with Huni.
Huni, the top laner for Immortals, as everyone knows, had a great week. I don't think Immortals, anyone on their team, has had a bad week, really. But once again, Huni was on display, and Rainover also providing a lot of pressure for him. So
you put it that way.
Wait a second.
They really all have had fantastic weeks up till now, and of course in the jungle. So we're going to Rainover.
Rainover absolutely destroyed Dardog. I think that was incredible play on his part. He had something like a 50 CS advantage at one point, and he continues to be absolutely crazy in the jungle.
Undisputed best jungler that we have in the entire league.
Right, and you had that point where he had that interview where he had a very good explanation as to his decision-making process. So really showcasing how clean he can play the games and how effectively he thinks about where he should be going. Our OP mid laner this week is going to go to Jensen. He had an impressive 24 KDA, only giving up 1 death and dominating in 2 games as Orianna. Definitely the aggression that they needed coming through from him this weekend. Then, AD Carry, his teammate, Sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, Jensen's been creating play after play after play, but Sneaky has been so good for this team for so long. He racked up a ridiculous amount of kills, and I don't think he died the entire weekend. able to do exactly his role as AD carry.
Showing up where he's needed, when he's needed. Finally, our standout support. It's got to go to high.
Yeah, a lot of times people are saying he's just in there for his shot calling and support, but he made some really strong mechanical plays this week on Morgana.
The binding flash?
The binding flash, the game-changing on GBM, dodging the double bomb with his flash over the wall and securing a kill on the carry of Energy, and also good laning with Sneaky. So High really stepped up this week.
Yeah, not too shabby to say the least, but only one player can stand alone at the top of the podium, and this week, claiming the title for most valuable player, it's going to be Jensen. Now, Jensen's shockwaves were critical to securing a 2-0 week and pulling C9 into a large share of second place.
Yeah, I mean, his Orianna play this weekend was so ridiculously good. Over and over, just creating plays for his team. A huge advantage over his lane opponent both times. That being said, I mean, obviously Reignover also was I
feel bad
definitely
for
a contender.
This is 2 weeks in a row where we've given MVP to another guy by a hair. Like Reignover's been in contention 2 weeks in a row for MVP.
To be fair,
ultimately, you can't take it away from Jensen because he,
That's true.
like Reignover, he didn't do anything wrong, but he just didn't carry as hard.
I mean, he carried really hard.
But
yeah,
Jensen just.
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna get one.
Everyone's like, he's gotten OP 3 out of 4 weeks. It's not like this guy's not getting credit. Reignover played fantastically, but yes,
Reignover.
really, when it comes to Jensen, the idea here is that he is a person who needed to step up for Cloud9 to take that next step as a team right now. And his aggression, his ability to be an initiator, and also pull out Orianna, a champion that nobody else has really given a ton of thought to, and perform as well as he did, plus his matchups this week up against GBM, who at the beginning of the day was the highest damage per minute from mid laners, and he 100 CS up. We talked about it, the Flame Horizon. I mean, he definitely showed up as well. So when you talk about value to team, it's got to go to Jensen.
Yeah, he did. He pulled Cloud9 out of their funk where they were going 1-1 every week, and they finally got their clean week of 2-0. So.
All right, they got their clean week, but we're back with a little bit of more League of Legends in just a few days. On Wednesday, PTL is back and taking over your streams and client with all the insightful insight you've come to expect, and topped with a dash of childish delight just for good measure. No, so gather the whole family around the warm glow of your computer monitor Wednesday at 5 p.m. PST, then stay tuned for Week 3 of the Challenger Series with Dream Team taking on Apex. Then on Thursday, we start Week 5 of the European LCS with their match of the week, Unicorns of Love taking on H2K in Game 1. Then Origin will take on Splice right before G2 Esports goes up against Team Vitality. Those games will start at 6 p.m. Central European, 9 a.m. Pacific. And of course, myself and the rest of the gang will be back next weekend to bring you the North American LCS. The show kicks off at noon with Echo Fox versus Renegades. Then Team Impulse will square off against TSM before Dignitas has their shot at toppling Immortals. Those games come after our match of the week, where Energy takes on Counterlogic Gaming in a battle for second place. Now, interestingly enough, that first game of the day against Renegades and Echo Fox is going to be a very important one for the teams at the bottom of the table. And then when you look at that game of the week, we've got teams at the top end of the table really trying to look to separate themselves at the top of the pack.
Yeah, which team is going to be making a different move? Will Echo Fox have more of their full roster next year? That's going to be a big thing. Also, with Renegades, that'll be their second game with Flares, who look pretty good today. So
yeah, I mean, he got a really good start on that Rise. They were very close.
Yep, 3 early kills. We'll see if they can transition that into a victory next time. Needless to say, plenty of matches to look forward to. That's going to do it for us. So for myself and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Does Immortal keep this consistent, fast-paced game, or does Liquid take their streak away from them? You said it was down, Kobe! You're a prophet! Oh, they're going for Lorlo because the flash is down! Double kill for Wild Turtle as he gets rolling. Piglet and Turtle in the standoff for the duel. The Frost Bomb comes over, breaks up the fight, and Pole Belter out of left field coming up through the turret.
Speed for...
28-15, Immortals takes down Liquid. But where did Cloud9 just come from? Out of the woodwork, and Energy was not expecting that.
I can speed you. No flash. Lucian, back up. Lucian. I'm biting. Nice. Let's go. Okay, quick goal. Careful. They're going in, kill Rek'Sai. They on me. I got nothing for you. Janna. Up here, Rek'Sai. You can go.
Cloud9 take down Energy.
Yeah, I think Huni can win.
Uni's a beast.
Uni's a beast, boy. Sure.
I'm here, Peter. I'm here, Peter.
Kill her bounce, kill her bounce. Okay. Look at
I'm hexing Rise. Rise is hexed. Rise is hexed.
Go top.
Boy, I'm speeding you. I'm speeding you. You're gonna go. Look at Draven.
Nice. And at 38-30 in the game, TSM takes down Renegades.
I'm ult you in. All right, I got Rise. Go for release. I spend you, Trevor. Back up.
24 minutes. CLG tied for second. Range to battle, and it's a two-man stun from Kiwi, but Kirei, wow, goes down way too fast, and now Billy Boss wreaking havoc, finds Godelu against the wall, and Kirei has picked up hard. Here's the chase, here's the slows. That's going to be the game, and Team Dignitas improved to 3-5.